Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Brooklyn Nets open to trade for Los Angeles Lakers guard, could lead to all-star signing. The Brooklyn Nets made the biggest move of the NBA offseason, trading Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks in exchange for 5 future first-round picks. Now, NBA rumors are swirling regarding a potential deal that could be made with the Los Angeles Lakers. Many of the Lakers' top options in NBA free agency have quickly come off the board, with Klay Thompson signing with the Dallas Mavericks and Jonas Valanciunas inking a deal with the Washington Wizards. It has put Los Angeles in a position where it can't really afford to miss on its next target. According to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports, the Lakers' interest in free agent DeMar DeRozan is legitimate, but signing him would likely require a third team. That's where the Brooklyn Nets could come into play, as the Nets have reportedly been open to reacquiring Russell since the NBA trade deadline. Russell, age 28, moved from Los Angeles to Brooklyn in June 2017 for Brook Lopez and the draft rights to Kyle Kuzma. Years later, the Minnesota Timberwolves flipped him back to Los Angeles as part of a 3-team trade in February 2023. Russell had a breakout season with Brooklyn in 2018-19. He earned his first All-Star selection and finished second for the Most Improved Player award after averaging 21.1 points, 7 assists, and 1.2 steals per game. The 28-year-old guard is owed an $18.692 million salary for the upcoming season and would have a great opportunity to start alongside Cam Thomas, Cameron Johnson, and Nick Claxton in Brooklyn. However, for a deal to happen between Los Angeles and Brooklyn, the Lakers would need to make significant progress in contract negotiations with DeRozan. Kyrie Irving countered Lakers star LeBron James in battle for $50 million star. LeBron James made an aggressive recruiting pitch to Klay Thompson on behalf of the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Dallas Mavericks had their own secret weapon, Kyrie Irving. When free agency opened, the Lakers and Mavericks were both vying for Thompson's services. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, James called Thompson immediately after the free agency opened. James' camp also made it public that Thompson was a player that he'd be willing to take a pay cut to play alongside of. Thompson, a 5-time All-Star, met with both sides before deciding. Irving's presence proved to be a significant factor in the talks, per NBA insider Mark Stein. Klay Thompson had face-to-face meetings with both the Lakers and Mavericks in LA on Sunday night, league sources say, Stein said. In addition, Dallas had Klay's former USA basketball teammate Kyrie Irving to counter recruiting from LeBron James. The Mavericks ultimately signed Thompson to a 3-year, $50 million deal as part of a multi-team sign-and trade. Thompson's decision was influenced by playing for a Dallas team that just made the NBA Finals and state taxes. Thompson had 4-year offers for more money, but taking less was offset by the chance to win a 5th championship with the Mavs and difference in state taxes, Wojnarowski said. Agent Greg Lawrence of Wasserman Basketball led Thompson in serious talks with Mavs and Lakers, among others. It has been reported that the Lakers were willing to offer Thompson a 4-year deal worth $80 million. Thompson is seeking redemption after a rough final season with the Golden State Warriors. Irving was a good spokesman for having a resurgence as a member of the Mavericks. Irving's career was sputtering and he was in the headlines for all the wrong reasons when he was traded to the Mavs in 2023. But he's turned things around in a big way and was an essential cog during their finals run, averaging 22.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 3.7 assists in the postseason. Irving also managed to keep the focus on his play. I'm very responsible with what I say and what I do and how I approach my day-to-day life, Irving said in May. And as a young person, I wasn't really thinking about any of that. I really didn't have an understanding of who I was as a person. I had to figure that out. And what you're seeing now is a version of me that I'm proud of. I look at myself every day in the mirror and give myself affirmations. I meditate, I pray. I'm just more consistent in my daily practices to help me stay grounded. Part of knowing who you are is knowing where you came from. James and his reps said the four-time MVP would take a pay cut on his next deal with the Lakers if it meant landing a key player. LeBron taking less could open the full mid-level exception for LA, which could help lure an impactful veteran. Thompson, James Harden and big man Jonas Valanciunas were the names mentioned as potential targets. However, all three already have locked in new deals elsewhere, leaving the Lakers searching for answers. For the Lakers, I think ultimately LeBron James probably takes that full max because the kind of impact player they hoped they could get is not available to them, Wojnarowski said on SportsCenter. James can sign a 3-year, $162 million max extension with the Lakers. Lakers linked to 39% three-point shooter in NBA free agency. For the Lakers, interest in Raptors guard Gary Trent isn't exactly new. They poked around on a potential deal for Trent 2 years ago, back when they were shopping Talon Horton-Tucker, remember him, and Kendrick Nunn, but weren't able to come up with a workable package. Now, in the wake of their disappointment in losing out on Klay Thompson, the Lakers could potentially make another run at Trent. That's the latest word from The Athletic, where beat reporter Jovan Buha pegs Trent, along with Sixers guard Buddy Hield, also a free agent, as a potential Lakers target now that Thompson is off to Dallas. Wrote Buha, Gary Trent Jr. and Buddy Hield are both elite shooters who would improve LA's floor spacing. They're also players the Lakers have pursued in multiple trade configurations in recent seasons. Trent is a client of Clutch Sports, the agency that also represents LeBron, James, Anthony Davis, Cam Reddish and Bronny James. Hield is a former client of Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka, who is a former agent. Complicating the pursuit of either of those players, though, is the Lakers' uncertainty around what they'll be able to offer. That depends largely on James' next contract. James is a free agent and expected to re-sign with the Lakers, but he could take a lesser deal to create room for the Lakers to offer their mid-level exception, contracts that can run up to $12.9 million in the first year. Reports have held that James would have been willing to take less if it meant the Lakers could sign a top-level player, which would have included Thompson. Center Jonas Valanciunas and guard James Harden were also on that list, but Valanciunas signed in Washington and Harden re-signed with the Clippers. DeMar DeRozan is still a viable option for the Lakers, and while he has made no secret of his desire to play for his hometown Lakers, would he accept a discounted deal to do so? And would his lack of three-point prowess and reliance on the mid-range game make him a poor fit for the Lakers? Trent might make more sense on a Lakers team that needs spacing for James and Davis, who operate best around the basket. He is still only 25, and has established himself as one of the most consistent three-point shooters in the league in the last 5 years. Trent shot 39.3% from the three-point line last season, on 6.4 attempts per game, averaging 13.7 points. He is a career 38.7% three-point shooter. That would have been the benefit of adding Thompson, of course. The idea there was to have Thompson's deft shooting stretch the floor for James and Davis, and now that Thompson is slated to be elsewhere, getting a different shooter in his place would be the best option. As Buha pointed out, though, the Lakers will have 15 roster spots filled when James signs his new contract. The team will have to move somebody else to create the room for a free agent signing. Not much has happened yet for the Lakers. But moves will be coming soon. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Gary Trent Jr.? Leave your opinion in the comments.